Hello everyone, my name is Lowko, and today we're gonna be having a look at one of the heroes that's coming to Heroes of the Storm very soon. Today we're gonna be having a look at Chromie. Now Chromie is a ranged siege assassin, and what that means is that she has very powerful long-range spells. She can deal a lot of damage to, in particular, enemy heroes from quite a long distance. What this means is, well, she's gonna be meant for taking out enemy heroes and dealing as much damage as possible. Her damage potential is insane, and that is exactly where she shines at. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about Chromie's abilities, and then I'm gonna be also mentioning her strengths and weaknesses. Now, all of the footage that is shown in this video is from the Heroes of the Storm Summit, where I was lucky enough to try out the hero in several games. Obviously, between now and the actual release of the hero, there may be some minor changes.
You're gonna love it.
Anyway, let's talk about Chromie's abilities. So first and foremost, we got the Timewalker, which is her passive trait. Chromie is a dragon from the Bronze Dragonflight named Chromie. Now, the Bronze Dragonflight is ruled by Gnome, who is the Lord of Time, and as such, she gets all of her talents one level early. She basically alters time, which means, for example, that she gets her ultimate at level 9, and the other talents at 1, 3, 6, 12, 15, and the upgrade to her ultimates at level 19. Her Q ability is called Sandblast. It's a very long-ranged attack that's a skill shot in a line forward. It goes off after 1 second and it only deals damage to the first enemy hero hit. It goes straight through minions. Because the range is quite long, however, and since the cast time is 1 second, you'll have to aim it properly before it will actually hit someone. Next up, we got Dragon's Breath, and Dragon's Breath is an ability that goes off after 1.5 seconds. Now, it deals damage to enemies in a little reticle on the ground. However, the enemy does not see the reticle, meaning that if you are playing against the Chromie, you're constantly guessing where the W ability is gonna land. And while you will see the animation go off on Chromie, you're always gonna be guessing where the actual dragon is gonna land. It's a very unpredictable ability, however, it does hit minions, so this is gonna be your default wave clear. Her E is called Time Trap, which basically arms a trap that takes a couple of seconds before it's active. It cloaks and basically just sits on the map. You can have several of those out on the map at any given time, and the first enemy hero that walks into it goes into stasis, meaning that they're not gonna be able to take any damage, but they're also not gonna be able to do anything else. It only lasts a couple of seconds, but oftentimes that's all you need to get out of trouble or to obviously queue up your Dragon's Breath and Sandblast. Her first ultimate is called Slowing Sand. It places a sand vortex on the ground that slows enemies. It drains mana over time, however, but it doesn't seem to cost you a whole lot. At level 19, you can go ahead and upgrade it as well to cost no mana whatsoever. The nice thing about this Slowing Sand is that the cooldown on it is very low, so you can recast it very quickly, and on top of that, it provides vision as well. So oftentimes you will be able to block off entire passageways, or at the very least block off the movement of your enemies. Oftentimes, in my experience at the very least, Chromie players will likely be picking the Slowing Sand. However, the second ultimate called Temporal Loop also is relatively useful. Basically, what you need to do is you need to choose an enemy hero, and after 3 seconds in total, it recalls that hero back to its original position. Meaning that, for example, if you're chased down by Illidan, you can force him to go back into place a couple of seconds after he starts hitting you. This ability definitely has some use as well. However, I find it to be rather difficult to pull this off properly. You'll likely see this primarily if the enemy team consists of a lot of melee assassins. Alrighty, so let's talk about her strengths and weaknesses. First and foremost, she's a gnome. In my opinion, that's a huge perk. There wasn't a gnome in the game before this yet, so hey, that's awesome. Now, her damage potential is insane. She's very comparable to someone, for example, like Li Ming. A lot of high damage output, but also very, very squishy. The nice thing about the Time Trap, the Dragon's Breath, and the Sandblast is that you can combine them together. Time Trap takes 2 seconds before it's active, Dragon's Breath 1.5, and Sandblast 1 second. Meaning that as soon as your Time Trap triggers and you're close by, you can queue up the Dragon's Breath as well as the Sandblast and nuke enemies down with a ton of damage. On top of that, she's really unpredictable. The fact of the matter is that you can't see where the enemy Chromie is casting her W, at least not with the little circle on the ground, and it makes her really hard to anticipate. Now, at the summit, I got murdered by Liquid Chris many a times on the hero just because of this fact. She also has an interesting talent at level 12 called Bye Bye. It's basically sort of like a get out of jail for free card. It reduces the Heartstone cast time to 1 second, and it won't be interrupted by taking damage. Meaning that if you are in trouble, you can try your very best to get out in literally a second. However, if you do decide to go for this talent, you have to give up another talent called Reaching Through Time, which increases the range of your Q and W at level 12 as well. So it's gonna be a difficult choice to make. Also, her level 19 talent called Past and Future Me has a lot of damage potential. It basically creates a shade that also casts a Q that's not gonna be talented and only deals half the damage, but obviously it will just straight up increase the amount of damage that Chromie can put out. Now obviously, as far as her weaknesses go, she's extremely squishy, she has low mobility, other than when enemies walk into the time trap, into the slowing sands, or if you pick the Heartstone talent that we just talked about. And also something I'm personally a little bit disappointed about, she doesn't actually transform into a bronze dragon at any time. I mean, come on, that was an easy decision, right? Oh well, oh well, oh well. I'm looking forward to playing Chromie some more, and I hope this video explained everything that you wanted to know about her. If you have any questions about the hero, however, let me know down below the like button in the comment section of the video. I'll try my very best to hang out there and answer any question that you may have. And other than that, I want to thank y'all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you in the next one.